Hey, Shaka Khans, welcome back to another episode of
The Spiritual Gaze.
I'm one of your hosts, Angel.
And I'm your other host, Brandon, and this is our twice-monthly podcast dedicated to exploring the wide reaches of spirituality without pretending that it all makes sense.
Because those reaches are wide.
Those reaches are reaching.
Those reaches be reaching, for sure.
Those beaches be beaching.
It'd be nice to be on a beach right now, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would. It would.
Just relaxing with a cocktail.
I'm still mourning not getting to go to Puerto Rico.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, something did happen when we had passed the time that we would have been gone, where I started to feel a little bit of relief because I was like, well, I didn't go to Puerto Rico, but even if I had gone to Puerto Rico, I'd be right back in my life now.
Right.
But who knows what I might have learned.
Who knows what you might have seen.
What healings I might have received.
But who knows what healings you received while we were here instead.
I don't think I received any. I think it was a dearth of healings.
Yeah. Well, we made it through and we're here.
Yeah.
And who are you?
I'm Brandon Alter. I am a spiritual healer. I am an astrologer and a tarot reader. And I'm also a writer, in addition to being your husband.
It's beautiful.
Your loving partner.
Yes.
Husband of the year.
Husband of the year. In the running.
In the running. It's tough. It's stiff competition this year.
Yes. I'm Angel R. Lopez. I am a writer and a film producer and also an astrologer and a teacher of metaphysical things.
Throwing in that middle initial now.
Yeah, I really want to rock the middle initial.
Wow.
I need to go back to my numerology because, you know, like you can do name numerology and it like changes. And I feel like the R like shifts it. And I'm just kind of interested in the R.
Well, I'm sure it would.
Yeah, obviously it does, but yeah.
Because every letter has a numerical equivalent, I'm assuming based in like its order in the alphabet, like A is 1, B is 2, C is 3.
Yeah.
And then you add it all up.
I believe so, yeah.
And you see what you get.
Exactly.
I have never done that for my name.
You know, I did it way back in the day. I think there was like a moment, I want to say it was like, in college. And I was obsessed with like artists who had changed their names. And I was like looking at their original names. I think it was actually Tori Amos who talked about the numerology of her name in an interview. Where
Is Tori Amos not her original name?
No.
Oh, what's her original name?
Her original name is Myra Ellen Amos.
Oh, well, I can see why.
Yeah.
No offense to those Myras out there listening.
Here's the latest check from Myra Ellen Amos.
It's actually not terrible.
No, actually, it kind of rolls well.
Yeah, it does.
But Tori Amos is just a great name. But when she changed her name, I think she had talked about like the numerology and how names obviously have like spirits as well. So I don't know. There's just something to like playing with it. And I think I have a very unique middle name. It's Richard, which it's like conflicting reports as to where it came from, you know, like.
Because it's a French name, right?
It's a French name. I need to ask my aunt if
Richard.
she knows. Yeah.
Richard. En garde, Richard.
Yeah, but then my sister, the idea was that it was my great-grandma's maiden name, that she was French.
But then we found out that bitch be lying.
Well, no, we don't know that, actually.
Oh.
All we know is that...
Apologies.
Yeah, I mean
apologies.
I didn't know the woman.
Great-grandmother. Well, she was a pathological liar.
Well, no, but from what I heard, she was a racist.
Oh.
Like against her own grandchildren. From what I heard.
Oh, God.
Yeah, my dad told me that, like, because, you know, she then married a Spaniard. But the kids, like, you know, came out darker in skin. Like, my dad had very dark skin.
Yeah.
Sorry. She married a Spaniard.
She was French. Allegedly, she was French.
She was allegedly French.
Okay.
They gave birth to kids.
Okay.
My grandpa, Angel Richard Lopez.
Your dad's dad.
The original, yes.
Okay.
He married a Mexican woman.
Right.
Who, you know, then they had kids. And my
Right.
dad said that, like, they weren't allowed into their grandparents' house.
Oh, my God.
And the grandmother would just, like, stand at the door and, like, talk to them. And the grandpa would come out.
Weird.
And I was like, and my dad was like, yeah, we never knew why. And I was like, well, because I think she was a racist.
Yeah, it sounded like it.
It seems like she was a bigot against her own grandchildren. Anyhow, allegedly. I don't know the whole story. But
So
I should ask my aunt.
you're the third angel.
I'm the third angel, but I'm actually technically a junior to my grandpa.
Because you have the same middle name as your grandpa, but your dad has a different middle name.
Yes.
What was your dad's middle name?
Raymond.
Oh. So so it's similar.
Yes.
Like Raymond is maybe the Richard when it's anglicized. No, I guess that would just be Richard.
Yeah, no, I think Raymond was the name of like my grandma's uncle.
I am
we really
happy
went
to go down this genealogy rabbit hole. What I'm more interested in is the idea that names have a spirit.
Right? Isn't that interesting?
Names have a spirit.
Yeah. I know, which I always find interesting, like the idea of, as a writer, the idea of naming my characters
Right.
and things, and like, well, what is the spirit of this character, and like, what do you want to be called? And you could live forever if this, becomes something that people read. I just think that's really interesting.
Yeah.
I also think it's interesting to think about, I feel like we were having this conversation with a friend recently about like, was there ever a name you wish you'd had or wanted to change your name to?
Yeah, we were having this conversation, but it was more in the context of what would your name be if you were not the gender that you are right now?
Right. Yeah, we were having that conversation.
Yeah.
But I think that that's kind of interesting too, the idea of back to the Tori Amos, like what would you go by and what would that perhaps create in your life? Because in the way that I think like different locations, I mean, that's more astrological in my idea, but like astrocartography, like a different location brings out different elements of you. I think a name also shifts your vibration as well.
Yeah, I agree with that for sure. I mean, naming something is a spell.
Yeah.
Which is why we have to be careful what we label situations or people, and what we name things can determine what those things are. So I guess that is the spirit of a name.
Yeah, as we've learned with our dog.
But the spirit of the name and the spirit of the thing aren't necessarily the same. Or maybe they become the same?
Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting.
Like before Coyote was named Coyote, he had a spirit, but then the spirit of the name Coyote infused into Coyote's body, and now he's just like a chaos monster.
Yeah, whereas like if we'd named him Herbert, he might just be like bookish.
Little chiller.
Little chiller.
That's what we should have named him.
Well, remember we were talking about naming him Keith.
Yeah.
And he might have just been like, yeah, kind of chill. Who knows?
Hard to say.
Hard to say. I think he'd probably be the same.
I think he probably would have been a monster regardless. Then we just did the right thing by naming what he actually is.
Exactly. Should we check in? I think we've been just rambling on here.
Well, I mean, we could do it infinitely.
Welcome to the spiritual gaze. Would you like to go? I know you wouldn't, but.
So then why are you putting me on the spot?
Because I like to.
Yeah, you like to see me squirm?
I do. Just tell us about your life.
Okay. I had acupuncture a couple days ago, and I was diagnosed with a husband-wife imbalance.
What does that mean?
And I said, Russell, tell me something I don't know.
What does this mean?
Because I thought he was throwing you under the bus. But it actually is not about you at all. It's about me, the husband and the wife, which is, as he said, like a bad name for something because it's very binary. But essentially, husband-wife imbalance is when your left pulse and your right pulse don't match. They're different.
Oh, okay.
So you're out of alignment. And the right side of your body is connected to the lungs and your digestive system. So that's like the husband traditionally, because it's the mechanisms of your body that like keep you going. It's the superficial, like, I have to breathe and I have to like eat food and digest it in order to live. Mm-hmm. But the left side of your body is connected to your liver and your kidneys and your blood. And it's, technically the wife, but it's like, who keeps the home. It's the internal function and mechanism. And so basically what happens in a husband-wife imbalance is that the right side, the like, hey, I'm like doing shit is operating, it's functioning, but the left side is in a deficit, which is basically the way I said this is, oh, so yeah, I'm getting shit done, but I feel like a hollow shell wherever I go. And he was
Yeah.
like, yeah, that's exactly what it is. So what you do is you take vitality from the right and feed it to the left to try to bring about some balance.
Mhm.
And so I do feel 80% hollowed out as opposed to 100% hollowed out. And I'm hoping that, I will continue to feel a little bit more connected to my own interiority and my life. But it's been a challenging chunk of time. I was down in San Diego last week, as you well know, clearing out my mom's house after 3 years and some change, because it's time to let that house go. And it was a Herculean affair to clear out a life. And obviously we've been clearing it out slowly over time and, taking things. But my mom was a double tour. She had a lot of things. And it was really hard to acknowledge that at a certain point, all of your stuff just becomes junk, Like it just really becomes junk.
I know. So sad.
But I mean, it does.
Yeah, no,
right?
completely. Yeah.
I mean, sure, there are like some items that get passed down or like get kept or
Right.
like cherished. But for the most part, like the stuff we
Pawned.
buy, but like the stuff we buy, especially like at Home Goods, goddess, did my mom buy a lot of stuff at Home Goods? It
Your
just
mom
becomes
loved it.
junk.
Yeah.
So I spent 4 days working very hard to empty out the house. And on the last day, when the movers were moving everything into the garage, because we're gonna try to sell the house, so the inside needs to be empty and spotless. I was in the backyard and I was cleaning things up and rearranging outdoor furniture and just like making things nice. And when the job was done and I walked around that empty house, I felt so many things. And the first thing I felt was that I had brought the spirit of the house back to life. Like the spirit of the house had kind of been dampened down.
Yeah.
And my mom always kept things so nice. She was so fastidious and the house just wasn't in that same shape. So seeing it kind of like clean and empty actually felt like my mom was also present to some extent. Like, look, I just kind of kept saying in my head, like, look, mom, like I'm making it nice again. Like I'm making it nice the way it would have been for you. But then also, and grief is so nonlinear. So it's not that I'm surprised that 3 years and some months after my mom's passing, I'm still moving through deeper and deeper layers of grief and healing. But seeing that house empty, I realized unconsciously how much I had also been holding on to that house as like a place that my mom still resided.
Right.
Even though it didn't feel like she resided there anymore because it was kind of a mess. And it always made me sad to go there because it didn't feel like her. It still was my mom's house. Like to the extent that even though my brother and I inherited that house, I never call it my house. I call it my mom's house.
Yeah.
So I will just share on this podcast, because this is the spiritual gaze, that when the house was empty and the movers were gone, I did a big call-in of the spirits. And I felt my mom show up kind of immediately. And I just walked through that house. Like I walked into every room. I walked into every corner. And I just said, I am ready to let this house go. I am ready to let this house go. And I was like ugly crying and weeping. And I was almost like surprised by the emotion. But it really did feel like a clearing. Like a healing.
Yeah.
And the last night that I slept there, the night before the movers came, I was just kind of aware of the fact that this is the last night I'm ever going to spend in this house. And I was grateful. Like I thanked the house, because it was such a good sanctuary for my mom. I mean, she essentially lived in that house the entire time she was fighting cancer.
Mm-hmm.
And so that house really, it protected her and it nurtured her and it nourished her and brought her a lot of joy. And I want the spirit of the house to be able to do that for the next family. But this is all to say that I did all of those things, like I project managed the fuck out of this. I was very like doing things and I pretty much felt hollowed out the whole time. There was this like real imbalance. So I still want to get things done in the world, but I am seeking the healing and the power that I need to kind of like bring my interiority back online.
Yeah.
So that's my check-in.
I mean, good for you though. Like what a challenging process to take yourself through. And because of my physical stuff, my eye stuff, where I can't like lift heavy things and what have you, like I couldn't go help you. And in a way it was kind of meant, I think, to be that so that you could have this
I kind of had to be alone.
Closure moment.
I kind of had to do it by myself.
Yeah.
But it was a shit show, y'all. Like there were bees, like there was like a hive that had like moved in, and the way to get the bees out is to like put a hole in the wall and like suck them. Like this is like, you know, the humane way, because we stand the bees, right? So we want to like relocate them. We don't want to just like murder them. So like on the second day in the house, I'm like sorting things, and there are like just bees like loose in the house. There are these like two dudes in like beekeeper suits. Like the chaos of that week was insane.
I know, but you did it.
I did it.
Proud of you.
Thank you. What about you? What's your check-in?
Well, my check-in, I am in an okay place. I slept terribly last night.
I know, you said you were...
I was a tossing and a turning. It really was. But I know the dog was a little like restless too. I feel like the weather here in LA right now, it's like very weird and electric. There's a lot of like lightning in the air. So I felt like I was a little like, But my brain was also going too. I have been doing things that I have not really ever done in the last week, which is scroll through news headlines.
Girl, don't do that.
Yeah. So I have been like very plugged in to the world. Obviously, like...
It's bad.
Obviously, the world is bad right now.
It's really bad.
Yeah. And it's not just like the American world. It's just the world in general is a crazy place.
Well, the northern hemisphere. The southern hemisphere, is there a lot of...
I mean, yeah, like there's...
I mean, I was happy to see
presidents
that...
going to jail.
Well, but that's good.
No, that's a good thing. Yeah, they're like...
Because that president should go to jail.
Yeah, we're holding you accountable. But I'm sure the government still has to figure out what it's doing.
Yeah.
But yes, you know...
Look, I'm not going to pretend that I know where the equator is, so let's ignore. Like I don't know like where the equator runs through certain places.
Right. But yes, all that to say, those in their late winter are faring better than those of us who are in late summer, it seems.
You know, this probably has no bearing, but I just thought like, I wonder if the North Node and the South Node have any bearing on the hemispheres.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like the North Node's in Pisces, so... everyone's just a soupy disaster up here. But the South Node's in Virgo. So maybe the Southern Hemisphere's getting its shit together.
Right. But again, also maybe it's not, because how much do we know about what's going on in other parts of the world, particularly in the South? I don't entirely know.
What do you think's happening in Australia? Do you think they've got their shit together?
I don't know,
Yeah,
honestly.
I'd like to know.
I mean, but at the end of the day, I don't think anyone does. And I think it's like becoming more and more apparent.
Sweden. I think Sweden's got their shit together. Yeah.
Maybe.
Sorry, I'll stop interrupting.
But I do think that like, you know, the greatest challenge that we're all facing right now is the digestion of media. And I think media is fed so much by money. I mean, I'm saying nothing that any of us don't already know.
But it's good to hear it.
But, you know, it's all being fed by money. And so everyone is fighting to make the most interesting headlines. And there is a harsh division that's being forged between, particularly just in America, but I mean in other parts of the world too. You see it in London recently, you know, like it's happening everywhere. But this like very strong division between sides, a lot of this like they versus us discussion, particularly from the conservative right here in America, which I think is very frustrating. And I think it's like incredibly frustrating, particularly as a gay person, because it's very clear that, you know, the quote unquote trans ideology, which is just so ridiculous that is like the phrasing. Apologies to our trans friends out there that I'm even like quoting it because it's ridiculous to be heard. But that being this thing that is like causing a rift in society and culture and in values, to me, it affects all of us. And it not only then, I think, extends a hand to other people in the queer community, gay people, we're only a stone's throw away from being the next ones who are causing rifts in society and the strength of values. So I'm like, okay, so the trans people are they, the gays are they, the women who want their rights we already know they. So, the people of color who are upset with the way that they're being treated. And so it then just becomes very, very clear. And it's so frustrating to me that all of these like talking heads in media and in politics refuse to admit that. And it just angers me so much. And I think we are lucky that we've given ourselves a platform to speak what we want. I don't think at the moment anyone's going to come after us for saying what is on our minds.
I would be shocked.
Right, me too.
I'd be like, how did you even find us?
But at the end of the day, like, I think it is very important for everyone to speak their mind, do it in a way that isn't hateful or mean, that is not trying to draw a greater sense of divide, but more so a sense of how do we come together so that we can all live in some way.
Yeah.
So that's, I think, a lot of where my head has been, and it has been affecting me. I try not to live too much in the fear of it. And I think what I'm most grateful for is that I am very much in a writing space right now, working on a couple creative projects. And it's nice to have those because I do feel like a lot of what I'm feeling has a place to go. And so I'm grateful for my connection to my creativity. And I just hope that everyone out there listening, watching, that, you may be affected on either side, of all of this, and that you have creative, powerful ways to funnel that energy for you, and perhaps try not to do it in a just heartless post on one of your social medias. And you may not even realize you're being heartless, but if you are pointing fingers at someone without any real substantial evidence, you are being heartless. And that's my check-in.
Well, I hope you get a better night's sleep tonight.
Me too. I think I will now that I've said that.
Got it off your chest.
And I have therapy today, so
okay.
I'll be better.
That's useful. We listened to this really beautiful interview with Brene Brown.
Yeah.
And I will misquote her here, but she essentially said, like, if you're not feeling destabilized right now, that's something to be worried about.
Seriously.
So I know probably everyone listening is feeling some kind of way about I don't even have the language to describe the context of our current moment.
Yeah.
Right. And I am thinking back into history and I'm like, where else in time were people maybe feeling like this destabilized, this unsafe, this uncertain? Like, we can't be the first people. I think it's like a very contemporary people thing to assume that, like, we're the only people that have ever felt this way, Like,
yeah.
I imagine people felt this way during, like, the Industrial Revolution, like during the Civil War. Like, I mean, I'm sure there were other times.
I think even like from a more modern perspective, I remember like around 9/11 feeling very destabilized and
yeah, for sure.
Like, what's going to happen in the world?
Yeah. I will just say personally, I have never felt so unsafe in my entire life. Like, I felt safer during COVID than I do right now, which is a wild thing to say.
Well, because we're queer people in the world.
Yeah. No, I know.
Which honestly, unless you are a queer person, you wouldn't understand
How dangerous that can feel.
yeah, what it feels like to walk through an extremely heteronormative world,
Yeah.
not knowing whether people accept you or don't.
I have been brainstorming and I want to work with my spirits for like an understanding of what they can offer to bring about like protection and grace at this time. Because I feel like I need it and we probably all need it.
Yeah.
And I was thinking that maybe like in a month or two, once I've kind of walked through this myself and put it all together, it could be a little workshop we could offer.
Yeah.
Like spiritual protection for turbulent times.
Ooh, girl.
Because I feel like we all need it. And I feel like the opposite of fear, well, there's a lot of opposites of fear. Some people say the opposite of fear is love. I think the opposite of fear is faith. Or like trust, right?
Yeah.
Like you can either be afraid of something or you can trust that you're being taken care of.
Yes.
And I do trust the spirits that I've been working with for over a decade, but I don't always utilize them. And so like I was talking with some of my friends about this. Like you can have a spiritual practice and it's so easy to like be working your spiritual practice when things are going well. But like when you're fucking on the side of the road in the gutter, like the last thing you do is like reach for your spiritual practice, which is exactly what it's there for. Like it's there for you when things are the worst. And I think we can all agree that things are pretty close to the worst right now.
Yeah.
So I will do my homework. And now that I've said it, I'm holding myself accountable to see what the spirits might be able to provide so that we can all feel hopeful that there is a world still waiting for us on the other side of what I'm hoping is just a 7-year Uranus and Gemini transit.
I like it. I like it.
And speaking of Uranus in Gemini,
Yes, no, this is a good segue.
Let's head into this episode's Cosmic Update.
Hey.
The only news you should be scrolling, a cosmic update.
Ain't that the way? I think everything you were just talking about is so apropos to this whole Virgo Pisces polarity that we've been in, this eclipse season, last few weeks. I mean, has it not just been the most challenging eclipse season in some time?
Okay,
I guess they always are, but
I
this
think
one's a lot.
I know, but I think maybe I know why a little bit.
Do tell.
Okay. It goes to like planetary rulership. So we're in Virgo season, right? Like this eclipse season is happening in Virgo season. And the ruling planet of Virgo is Mercury.
I'm trying to be quiet over here.
You're doing a pretty bad job. So Mercury is kind of the producer of this eclipse season. I mean, yes, like to some extent, it's also happening in Pisces. So like Jupiter's also doing it too.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think Jupiter.
So that's also the Jupiter, like that's the emotionality of it because we're also sensitive with Jupiter in Cancer.
Yeah. But
Mercury has 2 home signs, Virgo, where the South Node is, and Gemini, where Uranus is. So I think the Uranus and Gemini influence can't be overemphasized enough.
Yeah.
Because that amount of like chaos and lightning, it's like an eclipse season happening in a lightning storm.
Right.
And I wonder if that's why this eclipse season is feeling so heightened.
I think that makes so much sense because, I mean, if you think about like an element of Gemini, it is to some degree like talking out of both sides of your mouth.
Or the division.
Yeah. Well, and like I was just going to go to a place of like saying something, but then like
doing the opposite.
Or saying something and then doubling back on like the definition of it. You know, like you can look at like what's going on with free speech right now, right? That like, you know, this guy, you know, that we had a murder happen and it created this whole conversation about like free speech, that you could die for speaking freely, you know, and that we have to protect free speech.
But you could
then
always
we can eliminate people
for speaking freely,
you know, but then we can fire people for speaking freely.
Yeah.
So it's like very interesting, right? That like this dynamic is, I think it is very Gemini.
Yeah.
And that is important to pay attention to for sure.
Yeah. So every 6 months we have an eclipse season. They're always intense, but they aren't always so volatile, you know?
Yeah.
Volatile? Volatile?
Volatile.
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 Volatile. The word's lost all meaning. this particular eclipse season has just felt
Rough.
dangerous.
Tough.
Yeah. Just incredibly spiky. Frenetic.
Angering.
Yeah. But we have the eclipse, the final eclipse of eclipse season.
Yeah.
The
Virgo
new moon solar eclipse at 29 degrees of Virgo. This is the exit. This is like the gate is closed, the boarding doors are closing, like we are preparing to leave eclipse season, and there will be a fade out. Like it'll be about, another week or so until we're fully out of the eclipse woods, so to speak. But, that's all epilogue to the final chapter of this eclipse season, which happens on Sunday.
Yes.
Around noon time.
Yeah, Pacific time. But yeah, and if you think about just this whole polarity too of Virgo Pisces, I find that Virgo really wants us to ground into reality, right?
Mm-hmm.
Into practical, tangible, just the nature of things. And Pisces is the invisible. And in a way, it's like easy to want to just disappear when there's a hefty Pisces energy
for sure
around us. And I do think this time is like challenging us not to disappear.
Yeah.
Not to find
a game on your phone and spend hours playing it.
And now we said it. For example, yes, that is an example.
Shout outs to Royal Match, Royal Kingdom. Be happy to be a sponsor.
Brandon plays this game.
Oh, I have never been a game player.
No, it's insane.
And it's just happened in the last month. It just happened in my hollowed out low point.
I just have lost you.
I've just needed a place. I've just needed a safe place to go for a little bit.
Well, now you need to come back to tangible reality.
I will.
Okay. Do you want to work this out here?
No.
Let's go.
I don't. My therapist said it's fine.
You know what? And it is fine. It is fine.
Thank you.
Okay. So,
I'm not spending money on it. You know what I mean?
No, that is
just wasting my time on it. But you know what? It's
very
okay.
true. Now we're recording this on the day Mercury is entering Libra, and Mercury's at her just in her normal flow.
She's clipping along.
Yeah, so we only get Mercury in Libra for 3 weeks.
Yeah, she's going 2 degrees a day.
Yeah, moving at her general pace. But I like a Mercury in Libra. She's in an air sign. It's communication oriented, connection oriented. It can be a little bit of say what you think people want to hear energy. So you have to be careful not to be overrun by that.
Yeah, but it also can be diplomacy.
Yes.
And I don't remember the last time we had any diplomacy in the world. So maybe there'll be a little return of that.
Yeah. And, we always talk, that would be great. We always talk, in 2-week increments here on our cosmic updates.
Yeah.
And what I think is interesting in this, between now and the, Aries full moon, I guess will be next, is that we'll see all of the personal planets shift.
Into new signs?
Yeah. We have Mercury shifting into Libra.
Okay.
Then we'll see Venus enter Virgo tomorrow.
Which, you know what? Maybe that'll... Usually Venus in Virgo is a little challenging because Venus doesn't want to have to work hard.
Yeah.
She wants to luxuriate, and in Virgo she has to. But she's been so dramatic in Leo that maybe we could tone the drama down.
Everybody needs to tone the drama down.
And just get to work.
Seriously.
Why does nobody work anymore?
What are people doing?
Why doesn't anyone want to work?
Oh my God. Why is no one ready?
Famous Libra, Kim Kardashian.
Totally. Because we're all just working so hard to be ourselves in this crazy landscape of the world.
I don't think everyone is working so hard to be themselves.
That is actually true.
I think a lot of people are working hard to
themselves.
ignore who they are.
Girl, don't even talk about that being the core of most people's issues.
We can't. We're not going to do it. We're not going to go there right now.
Yeah. I'm just suck a dick already and you'll feel so much better.
Okay. And now we said it.
Okay. And then We're going to have...
eat a box.
Oh, yeah. Just do it already.
Yeah.
But kindly.
Yeah. Stop repressing yourself, which is making you repress other people.
And hate the people who aren't repressing themselves. And now we said it.
We keep saying it, even though we said we weren't going to say it. Is Mars changing signs as well?
Yes.
Into?
Well, Scorpio.
Oh.
So that's a little intense.
Ooh.
Yeah. She likes a war.
But
she likes a fight.
Well, but it's different than Mars and Aries. Like Mars and Aries is on the battlefield. Mars and Scorpio is the strategy. It's the long game. And it's a sign that, Mars rules. Mars is at home and well-resourced in Scorpio.
Yeah.
So, everyone on both sides of the aisle, even though I think there are multiple aisles at this point, everyone has access to these energies. And we could all, those of us that are fighting for freedom and beauty and healing.
Honey, everybody thinks they are.
I know.
That's the problem.
I know.
Now, on the 22nd, which is that day.
Oh, Mars and Scorpio gives us some resilience and tenacity.
Yeah. No, and that is true. And that's actually happening the same day that the sun enters Libra. So
the equinox, as it were.
Yes.
As it were.
So everyone mark the 22nd.
Okay.
Mark that equinox.
Okay.
I would say do something for yourself.
Is that next Tuesday?
Here in the Pacific Time, Western Hemisphere.
Yeah.
I believe so. Today's the 18th.
Uh-huh.
So 19, 20, 21, 22. I don't even know what I did there.
I don't know what you did there either. You just, what you did is you counted. You counted. And so congratulations.
It's Monday.
Got it. We're giving multiple readings on Monday. Everybody just wanted readings with us.
We're giving multiple readings?
I guess I'm giving multiple readings.
I'm
you only have to give one.
I'll read you.
Okay.
I'll plan to.
I'll take that.
Okay. But I was going to say, because it is a Mars in Scorpio, and Scorpio is all about transformation at a deeper soul level, consider something for yourself that your soul has been craving, needing, perhaps needing more to be a part of your routine, and do it for yourself that day. And even if it is just coming to terms or reality with a piece of yourself you've been ignoring, an emotion you've been ignoring, find a way to, again, I'll say kindly express it for yourself in some way. Let that be your ritual for that equinox.
Do you have something in mind for yourself?
I don't yet.
Interesting.
I don't. But it actually is in my 6th house, which is my Virgo house, my day-to-day house.
Yeah.
So I think there probably is some sort of routine that my soul has been pushing for. I think it really is meditation. I have been like... You've
been meditating.
I know, but I've been not committed every single day. And then like some days, like the other day I was meditating and I forgot. I got 2 minutes in and then my phone started buzzing. I realized, I forgot to put on Do Not Disturb and someone was calling. And then I was like, Do Not Disturb, stop it. And then I got 2 more minutes in and then the dog woke up from his nap and started jumping on me and putting his baby on my face, like play with me. And then I just stopped. I was like, I can't do this right now. Like, what am I doing? Clearly, this is too hard. There's no peace right now.
I mean, look, I'm not meditating right now, so I'm not gonna throw any shade your way.
Isn't your game a meditation?
Girl, we know it's the opposite of a meditation. It's a disassociation. Okay. It is just a way to throw an hour into the abyss.
Yeah. Yeah. Make sure your meditation is not just a disassociation.
Yeah.
That's very good.
Yeah. No, meditation is about connecting to your inner stillness.
Ooh, say it again.
It's about connecting to your inner stillness. And in touching your own inner stillness, perhaps you can touch the stillness of the universe, right?
Yeah.
Like that's why we meditate.
Yeah, it's a purposeful connection.
To find the eye of the storm. When I am playing Royal Match or Royal Kingdom or whatever the fuck it's called, I am not in touch with stillness. I'm just seeking some easy comfort. Just put my brain somewhere safe for a little bit.
Do you all want to know another way that Brandon self-soothes?
Oh, God.
Brandon self-soothes by singing like a song that they love
Oh, yeah.
over and over and over and over. But it won't be like the whole song. It will be just like a 3-line section.
So embarrassing. So embarrassed.
Do you want to share your...
Nope.
But it's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
Oh
It
my
is beautiful. The new Sophie Ellis Baxter album came out. It's called Perimenopop. She's kind of my new Louise.
Yes.
Not that I've left Louise. I still love my Louise.
And not like Sophie Ellis Baxter is new.
No.
Neither of them are.
No.
Yeah.
But it's her new album. It's called
Yes.
Perimenopop. And the last song on the album is called Don't Know What You Have Until It's Gone. And it's a beautiful song.
It is a beautiful
And it's
song.
been providing me a lot of healing.
Yeah.
I mean, it came out like the day after I came back from San Diego.
Oh.
So like
wow.
having cleared out my mom's house and then like hearing a song that says like you know you don't know what you have until it's gone, let it go. Like it just felt like that song is for me.
Yeah.
So it's just
perfect.
part of my continued healing process.
Yeah. But it is very like...
Well, I'm sorry if it's annoying or
Look, it's charming. Sometimes it can be annoying
Yeah,
when I'm
sorry.
like, oh, I'm just going to have like a peaceful moment. And then from
you
the
just
other
hear me
room,
singing,
just
like,
bellowing.
you don't know what you have until it's gone. Sorry. Apologies.
No.
It's not going to stop.
But I know it's like a self-soothing...
I've always been a
technique.
sing to soothe.
Yeah.
I'm a sing to soothe sort of person.
I get it. I think I do the same thing. I just don't do it as outwardly as you.
Yeah, it's definitely not conscious. It just kind of happens.
Yeah. No, I
mean,
know.
my mom always used to talk about the fact that like she knew what sort of mood I was in based on like what I was singing.
That is so funny.
Because
love
I've
it.
just always been singing.
She's always been singing.
I have a singing spirit, a singing soul. I'm so embarrassed.
Oh, no, you shouldn't be embarrassed. Everyone knows you have a singing soul.
Well, that's true.
All right. Well, I think I think we kind of hit on all the big things, and I want to make sure we have time.
Did we?
I mean, we talked about all the big transit shifts. I mean, yeah, all the planetary shifts, I think are like kind of the big nature as well as the new moon that's coming up and what it's answering to.
When does Uranus station?
It's not in this next 2-week period.
Oof.
So,
Because Uranus will go back into Taurus for a little bit.
yes,
You promise?
I believe so. Yeah.
Girl, I need the break.
No, I know it will because it's going to go back over my 29-degree
Oh.
Jupiter.
Cute. I mean, maybe not for you, but a relief.
No, I like it. I mean, look, for me, Uranus has been in my first house. So, I think that's why I like shaved my head, like it just is like a bit of just need to change things up. It's also probably why I've had eye issues. But,
Oh, totally.
weird eye issues.
We do love the buzz.
Yeah, but it's nice because it's funny that like, I was wearing contacts forever and I've had to be wearing glasses again. Like I've had to adapt to this whole different
Your whole look has changed.
look.
Yeah.
For myself. So that's been, I think, my Uranus in the first. So now it'll go back over Jupiter and maybe I'll get like money in a weird way.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Always love money, finding a bag of money under a pillow.
Yeah. That's happened to you?
All the time.
Oh, okay. Wow.
That doesn't happen to you?
No, I've never found money under a pillow.
Yeah, find it under a pillow, just on a street corner.
Well, you've been working that street corner if that's how you found the money.
In my spouse's wallet.
What?
What's
Rude.
Next?
Let's complete something.
Oh my God, endings and beginnings.
Let's complete something in this eclipse season portal.
I love that.
Let's take a deep dive.
A deep dive?
A deep dive.
A deep dive. Okay. We're
This
ready.
is the end. This is the final installment in our Tarot Untucked Power Couples series.
Years in the making.
At least 2. We started this, wasn't it in February of 2024? 4?
I believe so. And I think since then you have been actively researching this pair in preparation for today's episode. So I'm deeply excited to see the 2 years
okay.
of work that has gone into what you're about to share.
Relax, Angel R. Lopez. Calm it down over there, okay? R for ratchet. Okay, so...
Oh my God. You meant wretched.
Did I?
Yes.
Did I?
I hope so.
Then it would have been Angel W. Lopez. Okay, so I like that we've been talking about names having a spirit, because I think when you invoke a spirit, it shows up.
Mm-hmm.
And the 2 cards that we're going to be talking about today, the 2 last cards, are the Knight of Wands and the Page of Cups. And I think that even though we haven't said their name, they've been sitting on this little table the whole time.
I love it.
Their spirit has been here informing aspects of our conversation.
Which one's you and which one's me?
I think you are the Knight of Wands right now.
Yeah.
And I am the Page of Cups.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Which is funny because I feel like it would normally be the opposite.
Yeah, agreed. But we're in a bizarro upside down universe in this eclipse season. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do?
Yeah.
So, all right, let's start with the Knight of Wands. So we've been with the Knights for the last several episodes of this series.
Yeah.
And we know Knights are movers. Their function is to move energy, to express it, to let it go where it wants to go. Like last week, I think we talked about the Knight of Cups, or maybe it was 2 episodes ago. And the way the Knight of Cups is letting that energy move is by being still. It's holding space so that emotional energy can find its way out and to the places it needs to go. But the Knight of Wands is its spiritual, energetic, creative energy.
Yeah.
It's how we take action in the world. And so I like ending here because the Knight of Wands is like the rock star of the deck. They are you. Remember, all of these court cards are names you can call yourself when you need it. The Knight of Wands is you when you are feeling like a rock star. You're most charismatic. You're most sexual and expressive and dynamic. When you are the Knight of Wands, everyone kind of like turns and notices you and wants a part of your vibe. They want a piece of that. They want to partner with you because you're a rock star.
Well, look at this dope tunic he's wearing.
Yeah, it is a pretty dope tunic, just full of eyes. And the horse is moving very quickly.
Yeah.
Because they are not holding themselves back. They are really letting themselves express, which is what, rock stars do. And I use the term like rock star very loosely, like not just for like a performer, but when you feel like a rock star. And I think I've said this before when talking about this card, like the librarian is the rock star of the library, Like the chef is the rock star of the kitchen. Whenever you are in touch with your own personal power, you are channeling Knight of Wands. So there's not like one way to express Knight of Wands energy. It actually goes back to what you were saying, like how do we reach in and like touch the thing our soul wants us to do so that we feel connected to that source of power for ourselves.
Right. Would you say like vitality? Did you say vitality?
I don't know if I did, but you did. And
that's
I'm glad it was said.
Because it does feel like there's like just a level of like energetic vitality that comes with the Knight of Wands, right?
Yeah, there's no dearth of energetic resourcing here. Like you stay up all night to finish the script. Like you what is that famous Lady Gaga meme where she's like
Which one?
City, club, bus, hotel, breakfast, club, bus, city, but you know what I mean? Like that's Knight of Wands. Like you're just hustling, you're just doing it. There's no breaks and you don't need a break because doing the thing is actually resourcing you.
Yeah.
It's a generative way of spending energy. So that's Knight of Wands. When you see somebody like live in their truth, live in their power, very, very Knight of Wands. So I think like in some ways Lady Gaga is a really good Knight of Wands.
Yeah.
Because Lady Gaga is electric and dynamic and expressing herself and that energy catches other people on fire because, again, it's wands, so it's lit.
Yeah, she caught me. I'm wearing my mayhem ball t-shirt. Is
Oh my
that why you
God,
keep talking about it?
Yeah, totally.
I'm full mayhem ball today.
But then the other, archetype, we could call them here, this other aspect of yourself is the Page of Cups.
I love the Page of Cups.
Which is very much connected to emotion and creativity.
Yeah.
The Page of Cups wears their heart on their sleeve. And they're not afraid to kind of walk into a room, and they may not be like the most dynamic. You might not notice them when they arrive, but if you engage them in conversation and you ask them how they're doing, they're going to say, "Not well, bitch." Or, they'll take you on an imaginative story of like where they've been over the last week. It's someone who is very open and doesn't judge their emotional and creative and their relationship with the emotions and the creativity that they possess.
Right. It's almost like a childlike.
It's super childlike.
I mean, they're carrying a fish usually, right?
Yeah. They're usually, the way Pamela drew them, they're in conversation with a fish.
Right.
In this case, they're in conversation with a snake, but it's the same thing.
Yeah.
They are whimsical. They might be melancholy. They might not be.
You know what just dawned on me?
What just dawned on you?
Well, that it's kind of fool energy, right?
Yeah.
If you think about the fool in relationship with the dog.
Yeah.
And then here's the Page of Cups kind of
with the fish.
Stumbling in and also relationship with this little animal spirit.
Totally. I think the difference is the fool is maybe a little bit more active, and also the fool is getting information from everywhere, whereas the Page of Cups is only really getting information from cups, meaning emotions, creativity, relationships, family, like that is what they're open to.
Yeah.
And they're not necessarily interested in an external adventure. Like the Fool wants to go somewhere. The Page of Cups is more interested in expressing.
Yeah. I was just like picturing them all like a party. And like, I feel like the Fool's probably like hosting the party and kind of just like bopping around from person to person. Like, oh, what are you guys talking about? Oh, what's going on over here? Whereas like the Page of Cups is like the one holed up in one corner.
Right.
Just kind of like with a drink, like talking about their feelings and what's been going on. And then you have the Knight of Wands in another corner kind of telling a different kind of story and like, capturing everyone's attention.
It's Lady Gaga and Tori Amos.
At a party. Totally.
Right?
I love that.
Like Lady Gaga's gonna, even if a performance wasn't scheduled, she's probably gonna give a performance.
Totally.
And everyone's gonna gather around her and she's gonna hold court.
Yeah.
And she's gonna be the one that says like, let's take this to a second location,
Right.
Whereas Tori Amos probably is more interested in having like a quieter, more intimate one-on-one relationship.
She'll play after everyone has left to go to Gaga's second location. There's like 5 people left. And then she's like, oh, you wanted to hear Silent all these years? I'll play it for you now.
Oh, I would love to hear Silent all these years.
I can play it right now if you want.
Can you?
No.
Would you just sing 3 lines of it over and over again to self-soothe? I'm sure everybody would love to hear that.
I'll do it for you later.
I think, if we consider that we are ending this series and that these are the last 2 cards that wanted to show up, and I also consider that despite the fact we've been doing this in a horribly slow, almost nonlinear fashion, we've been talking about these cards in a moment when perhaps we all need to remember these aspects of ourselves.
Yeah.
So we need to remember that it's okay to be vulnerable with each other because that is truly the Page of Cups ability. It's their superpower is they don't judge their vulnerability. They share it wherever they go. And I remember that when I was in acute grief, like right after my mom died and I couldn't like put on a happy face and I couldn't fake it, that wherever I went, it's a colloquialism just to ask someone like, how are you? But you're not really asking. It's like, hello. But people say like, how are you? And I would be like, oh, I'm really struggling or my mom just died. And all of a sudden I was actually having deeper relationships with people, grocery store checkout people, baristas, whomever, because I was willing to be vulnerable. I was willing to say like, I'm struggling or I'm feeling this, whatever it is,
Yeah.
Sharing our feelings, whatever they are, the whole gamut. That might be something that we
I
need
love
right
that.
now.
Yeah. All right. What else do we need right now?
And we also need to figure out what are the things that we can do to feel like a fucking rock star.
Yes.
And what place do you need to put yourself in to feel like a rock star? When's the last time? It might have been 10 years ago. But when is the last time you felt charismatic and in your power? What were you doing? Who were you with? Where were you? How can you start to bring a little bit of that back?
Mm-hmm.
That's really Knight of Wands. And it's remembering that energy wants to be moved through us. Power wants to be used. It doesn't just want to like hang out. A purse wants to be worn. It doesn't want to just hang out in a dust bag, in a drawer. So figure out what is the power that you once had or that you're feeling, and are you expressing it? Because if you're not expressing it, it then turns itself inward. You know, your creativity, your emotions, your power, and this is true for both these things, when they're not expressed, when they're not moving through you, then they turn back and that energy starts to unravel you or work against you.
Ooh.
Like unexpressed creative energy ends up usually being addiction.
Truth.
So, or emotional energy. Like if you're not willing to feel something, it's when you're drinking or playing your goddamn game to avoid, letting that move through you and out where it wants to go.
Yes. Do you hear that out there, people?
So,
how are you disconnected from your power? Get it back.
Well, yeah. And I mean, and your vitality and your like uniqueness, there are so many expressions of Knight of Wands energy. And so I think it's, I don't know, like maybe there's like a little bit of playfulness too. Like being playful with your emotions and not taking them all so seriously. Like you might feel like you're going to die. You might feel like the world is ending. But so far, we've been getting to wake up each, sequential day, and there's another day that we get to live.
I know. It's remembering that emotions are just smoke on the wind.
So what can you do? Emotions are smoke on the wind?
Yeah.
Is that a Tori Amos quote?
No,
Is
it's
that a
an
lyric?
Angel R. Lopez quote.
Emotions are smoke on the wind.
Yeah. They just move past us, through us.
Yeah,
continue on.
Yeah.
All we need is smoke on the wind. I think that's a different song.
Dust in the wind?
Dust in the wind. Emotions are just dust in the wind. Well, thank you, babes. That was beautiful.
Feels good to complete something.
I know, we did it.
Not have it hanging over my head.
Give me a high five with your foot.
You hear that, Saturn? We finished something. We finished it.
Yes. We're
And
gonna go
now
back to Pisces to do it.
We're going to finish with our tarot card of the episode. So wherever you are, if you can safely, just take a moment. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, touch your own heart. It's a beautiful place to be. And just trusting that this message will resonate no matter the future place or time to which you listen to this episode, and just connecting to the cards by listening into the sound of them being shuffled as we ask for one card to give us some healing, some power, some guidance in these turbulent, fractured times. Well, a card just jumped out. I'm just going to let that card be a jumper, but then I'm going to pull one more here.
Okay.
So we'll get two. Oh, no, a bunch of cards jumped out. All right, so we'll just let them fall back into the deck. Oh, shit. Wheel of Fortune.
Ooh.
Change. Everything changes. Okay, so that's actually really useful medicine right now. When you're in it, it feels like it's going to be like this forever.
Yeah.
When you're sick, you feel like you're going to be sick forever.
Yeah.
Right? Everything changes. The season changes. We've just had this like relentless heat wave. It feels like it's going to be hot forever. All of a sudden it rained. So change is coming. All things spin. The wheel never stops spinning. And it's Jupiter. It's fortune. It's Jupiter in Cancer right now, which is emotion. So I actually will go back to a very wise thing Angel R. Lopez said, that emotions are just smoke on the wind. They change. You feel one way about something one day, you feel differently the next day. So don't get caught up in the mentality that everything is fixed forever. And I think what's interesting is that even in the Wheel of Fortune are the 4 fixed signs of the zodiac represented: Aquarius, Taurus, Leo, and Scorpio. And I think the wheel is in the middle saying, like, you think these things are fixed? You think they're, immutable forever? They're not. Everything changes. You just have to be patient. And so maybe the real key, because it's still Virgo season for a little bit longer, like, what's the healing? What's the tending? How can you take care of yourself while we wait for things to change? And also, obviously, how can you participate in the change? The thing about the Wheel of Fortune is if you don't move with the wheel, you get crushed.
Ooh.
So most of us are probably on the outside of the wheel. There's one way to take a different path, and that's to be on the inside of the wheel. But the only way to be on the inside of the wheel is to meditate, is to be calm and neutral and impartial and be at the eye of the storm. And that's really for a bodhisattva. Like, most of us are going to be on the outside of the wheel because we're here having this earth experience. And so change with things. Don't be fixed. Watch where you're rigid. Be open to changing your mind, because the end of the day, and I'll finish here, the Wheel of Fortune is bringing abundance.
Yes.
It's connected to Jupiter. It's trying to expand you. It's trying to lead you to a pillow where there's a bag of money underneath it. But the only way you're going to find that pillow is if you change houses. So go rob somebody's house.
Wait, okay, no. Okay, don't leave it there.
No, I'm just kidding. But you know what I'm saying? It's like, don't keep going back to the same place looking for abundance. You have to change where you're seeking growth and expansion.
Yeah.
Change.
Change.
And here we are actually at the change of the seasons.
Yeah.
Not just from Virgo into Libra, but from summer into fall. And it is the Jewish New Year. So it's a whole new year, for some cultures and some beliefs. So, like, give yourself permission to leave things in the old and step foot into the new.
Hey, everything changes. So there you have it. Well, that was great. Thank you for that.
You're so welcome.
Beautiful message.
Yeah.
And thank you all so much for checking us out, for listening, for watching.
Checking? Are people checking
Everyone's
us out?
checking you out right now. Well, you look so good.
Well, thank you.
How could they not? You can always find us at thespiritualgaze.com. You can book readings with us. You can engage with us. Email us at thespiritualgaze@gmail.com if you have questions, thoughts, ideas. You can find us on the social medias, some of them at The Spiritual Gaze. If you can't find us there, we're not there. And that is that.
Yeah. Be gentle with yourself.
Please.
You're going to make it out of eclipse season. We
Be
all
gentle
will.
with others.
And until next time, this has been your transit through the spiritual gaze.
Gaze.